Now, if you tune in to Wake Up Nigeria on the hour 6 every week, we guarantee you a very, very good time. Now, these are not easy times for anyone because of the whole lockdown arrangement that we've had over the past almost 2 weeks. But we would like to let you know that we've got something to look forward to every single day for you on the show. Another 3-hour experience is here to get us through this lockdown Friday morning. We hope that you're not going to be missing any part of it. My name is Yomi Ope. Now, you can stream this show right now online at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect. And also send in your comments across all our social media the platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Now, use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria to send us comments on the show. Also send us a photograph of what you're up to. Now, remember also that our app is available for download both on the Android and iOS stores. This app lets you watch us anywhere you are in the world. Let's go straight to this morning's highlights. We're going to be having a discussion with our guest on sports and the latest developments in this time of COVID-19. We're also going to be giving you new ways to make your meals later on the show, and that's with Chef Belinda. And then we're going to be joined virtually, I think by Skype this morning, Latasha Lagos, who is a lifestyle journalist and a host of other things, joining us on the show. And finally, on the show this morning, we're going to be having via Skype comedian, producer, and actor AY. That's AY there, staff of Optimum Bank. But it's going to be a great show this Friday. We have a few things that we've lined up for you on the show. You just saw all the highlights. But this COVID lockdown has been good for some people and then not so great for others as well. If you're in the online business space or the telecoms industry, quite a number of people are doing very well. I hear the restaurants are not doing too badly either. And lots of people are inching to go back to work. And there are others who, because of the nature of their business, the business relies on other people's business. So if other people are not in business, then you find out that they're not in business. Even the guys that sell food in traffic, it can be pretty tough this period because, you know, how are you going to get your stuff sold if people are not out and about? So really people are pushing that by this Tuesday, they're going to be back to work. So hopefully that happens, and hopefully we don't have too many COVID cases that will make the government extend this lockdown. For many Christians, though, today is Good Friday. So that's absolutely amazing. And happy Good Friday to all Christians out there who are celebrating this. For all Christians around the world, more than 2 billion Christians, this is the day that they mark the death of Jesus Christ. And that death is supposed to be the propitiation for all sins around the world. And so that celebration is today. Many people are fasting. And lots of people are also quite involved in different things regarding the rites on Good Friday. And it's a significant day in Christendom. And I know that for many people, especially Catholics, it's going to be tough just being at home today. And, you know, but yeah, it's going to be pretty tough being at home for Catholics on Good Friday. Mary, you're a Catholic. Tell us what it's going to be like for you for the first time. Is this the first time on a Good Friday that you're going to be at home?
Well, since I was born, this is the first time I'll have to be at home on Good Friday since I was born, and that's the honest truth. As a matter of fact, usually on Good Friday, you have a lot of activities. Yesterday was pretty tough. Yesterday was the Mass of the Lord's Supper, and we had to watch it on TV, you know, the Catholic TV and on DSTV, that is. And it was a bit emotional for us at home because the Mass started later than usual. Normally, that Mass usually starts in the evening.
What was the Mass with the Pope?
There's usually a mass. Okay, so this period is actually a period of loads of celebration. This week is called Holy Week.
Yeah.
Okay, so it starts with Palm Sunday, then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And so Holy Thursday was yesterday. And so yesterday, there's usually the case where the priest washes the feet of selected members of the congregation, just randomly selected. And after washing the feet, there's the mass and all. So all we could do yesterday evening, though, was the mass.
Was the mass, yeah.
Yes, and we could only watch it on TV. Today, again, the Passion Play, everything is going to take place with people sitting at home and watching it on TV. So it's a little emotional for us Christians this period, especially Catholics.
It is. And so hopefully you're going to be making the best of Good Friday. It's also for a lot of our viewers and a lot of Christians out there, it's a day of being very solemn and, you know, a bit chill. So
it is actually
maybe not
very
too much
solemn
social.
day.
Maybe not too much social media for you guys today.
I have a feeling today social media is going to be agog. And let's not forget the free John. Today is when it's usually served, the beans meal.
Yeah.
Delicious for those who like it, that is.
That's
with
good.
a sprinkle of Gary. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Anyway, we have to take the news now. And Christian faithful around the world are celebrating Good Friday. The day marks the crucifixion of Jesus Christ and his death at Calvary. This year's celebration is a quiet one as many countries across the world are under lockdown to combat the spread of coronavirus. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari has granted a presidential pardon and clemency to 2,600 inmates nationwide. This includes 70 inmates who are at the Kuje Maximum Custodial Center. Correspondent Habida Lawal reports.
Custodial facilities are overstretched and cannot adequately house the large number of inmates. It is why President Muhammadu Buhari granted this presidential amnesty to help decongest correctional centers across the country. Inmates granted amnesty are those with state offenses and those that could not afford to pay for fines.
It's become more apparent for government to look into the issue of those incarceration. And we are happy that as a service, we have taken measures to ensure that COVID-19 does not see the doors of any of our custodial centers.
Mr. President has also graciously granted pardon to 5 ex-convicts. My office will take necessary steps to publish the names of these beneficiaries in the Federal Gazette in line with the extant laws and regulations.
This flag-off is the first phase, and the committee will continue to meet regularly to consider those who deserve the benefit of pardon.
2,600 are still in the hands of the governors. That's the face of the process. But that's not the end of it, even at that. The government at the subnational level are to again revive their prerogative of mercy committees to regularly visit the custodial centers and recommend deserving inmates deserving and qualified inmates for amnesty.
For these inmates, their joy knows no bound. The taste of freedom to reunite with the society.
I am very happy that God have done something which I have been praying for long. That God should cause the country to do so. God should cause something that will happen that will cause the federal government to release me.
The process of selecting beneficiaries started in 2018. The beneficiaries are warned to desist from crimes. The major problem confronting the Nigerian National Correctional Service is congestion caused by persons awaiting trial. With this move, the Nigerian government is hopeful that it will be able to curb the spread of the coronavirus pandemic. Habida Lawal, TVC News, Abuja.
And still on COVID news, Kano State now has a testing center established for COVID-19. The center, which is inside the Aminu Kano Teaching Hospital, will be ready in a few days. The State Deputy Governor Nasiru Gomua inspected the facility alongside medical and health professionals in the state. According to him, the establishment of the center is a good development for the state. The Chief Medical Director, Aminu Kano Teaching Hospital, says another center will be established to cater for patients in a case of any eventuality.
The PPEs, everything is ready. All the other aspect that is needed for the testing, they are also ready. These centers, the two centers, will be serving not only Kano State, but the whole northern Nigeria. We have heard that we can do a maximum of maybe 120 tests per day in that center, and hopefully this center too will be the same.
Now, the Kwara State government has announced a total lockdown of the state. With this move, the government has now expanded to the whole state. The lockdown it effected in Offa local government area barely 48 hours ago. Correspondent Ibrahim Alege monitored the situation in Offa.
2 weeks ago, the Kwara State government announced the partial lockdown of the state to curtail the spread of coronavirus. After the state recorded its index case on Tuesday, government announced a total lockdown of our local government where 2 confirmed cases of COVID-19 were recorded. The compliance level of the residents of Offa is very high. All the major roads are empty with all the shops under lock and key.
We have already said to our people, we will have to just endure. I believe after the first 2 weeks, if nothing happens, I think we'll be free. And if it still remains more, we'll be ready for any extension the government might have decided to extend.
Of being an ancient town, we have absolute and good respect for our royal fathers. And the moment he speaks to us, there is no other thing other than to keep to his wish. And that is why if you see Offa today, total compliance, everybody is at home. Okay.
In spite of the total lockdown, members of the vigilance group arrested 2 young men for wandering.
Gentlemen of the press.
In the meantime, the Kwara State government has announced a total lockdown of the state to prevent further spread of COVID-19.
The government hereby bans all vehicular movements, including private vehicles, from 6 p.m. tomorrow, Friday, 10th April 2020. All kinds of shops, bars, pubs, and markets are hereby shut until further notice.
Markets and banks are now only to open on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays between 10 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. Kwara State now joins Lagos and Ogun State, as well as the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, where there is total lockdown as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. Ibrahim Alige, TVC News, Ilorin.
Well, that's it on the news update for this hour. We're going to take a quick break and be back with sports with Mary.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. It's time for us to have yet another conversation, and this time it will be with Ayo Makun. Yes.
Now, of course, you know him, popularly known as AY. He's an actor, comedian, radio and TV presenter, producer as well.
Yes, he's also a writer, director, and is heavily behind such movies as 30 Days in Atlanta, Merry Men, A Trip to Jamaica, and others.
Yeah.
If there was no lockdown, there would have been 14 days in lockdown.
14 days in lockdown.
Thank you so much for joining us this
Hi, AY, can you hear us?
I can hear you. You forgot to add something.
Which one?
You forgot to add that is also coronavirus negative.
Okay, so that's a title.
Coronavirus negative. That's a good one. And hope it remains negative for as long as all of this is happening. But good to see you. Good to see you. Good to know that you're relaxed. You're chilling at home. And how's your family? How's everyone doing at home?
Family is doing well. I mean, it's lockdown, so we're all locked down here together, and family is very fine.
How have you been coping though? Because some people say they are ready to tear their family members apart. So how has it been so far for you?
No, I don't have that kind of family. I mean, because of the nature of my job, it's always difficult to spend time with family. So this whole lockdown thing has locked us all up. So it's a good time to bond.
Yeah.
It's a good time to, to fraternize, enjoy one or two experiences, and learn something new.
Nice.
As a family unit, and play games. It's more of games, and we're having fun. It's all good, but it can be better with us getting out to go and search for what to eat and what have you.
Yeah, one of the things that we were wondering about earlier on in the show was that we know that typically you're pretty busy during the Easter period every year.
Yeah.
At least for as far back as we can remember, the last five years or so. And this Easter 2020 would have also been busy for you as well.
With the AY Live, that's on Sunday. Expected to be on Sunday.
So talk to us about the plans. If there's going to be a postponement.
Is it being postponed?
If you're going to still do AY Live this
year.
Oh
well, that announcement has been made already. I mean, we didn't see coronavirus thingy and the pandemic coming. So as soon as it's hits out, it was necessary to postpone. So I made that announcement, and a week after, Lagos State made their own announcement. Eco Hotel also had to shut down. So, but what we're doing now, I mean, it's been postponed, but what we're doing now, we're believing that when this whole pandemic is over, when we are able to come out of it, I mean, it would be a good thing to talk about, laugh about, and come, gather somewhere and just have fun. But for now, what we have also decided to do, in order for lovers of the brand not to be left aloof like that, we have decided to do an online edition of AY Live on Easter Sunday. And a lot of people are wondering how possible that is going to be. I mean, thank God for technology. This is us now on Skype. And of course, we're going to be fraternizing with all the comedians from different locations across the world. The ones that are in Nigeria, the ones that are outside Nigeria. We're just going to, talk about Corona, have fun, give people a reason to laugh at home while they're staying at home. And also, a lot of people are also complaining where we're going to get the data from and what have you to run the complete show. But I'm making some sort of I'm giving some sort of assurance right here now that our sponsors they are going to be supporting us, talking about Revolution Plus and a couple of other brands, Revolution Plus, Coleman Wires, and the rest. They're going to be supporting us, and then we'll be giving out some sort of support. Yeah, some funds.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's good. And you know, that brings us to something else. I'm taking a look at your background. Is that your house or a hotel? Because people always talk about your house, that it seems like it's a hotel. Are you holding up in a hotel, or you're actually in your house? Because that background is too fine to be true.
I'm feeling very much at home.
Hey!
And it's the Lord's.
You know, we don't want to stress you this morning. Would have asked you to give us a tour like you did with Idris Elba, but it's fine, no problem. No problem, no tours this morning.
Thank you.
But it's good. Looking forward to all the stuff that you have lined up for the rest of the year. I know that the movie Merry Men 2 was pretty big back in December. Are we looking at Merry Men 3 in December 2020?
You never can tell. You don't see us coming.
Yeah.
That's the thing with you.
And we just want this pandemic to be over. As a matter of fact, it has spoiled so many things for the AY brand. I mean, we're supposed to be in China for a major collaboration with the Chinese film industry to do a very big blockbuster movie as planned by both teams, but right now that is not, we don't see that working at the moment. We're supposed to also do Merry Men 3 this year, and I don't think that is going to work because our idea was to go to America and do it. I mean, fraternize with the Fast and Furious crew now and just do what we have to do. But right now, all of that is not happening. AY Live is being postponed. So Corona should just carry his wala jeje and go so that we can be free again. I know it's affecting everybody. I'm here saying my part. There are a lot of people out there who have a lot to say about what the pandemic is costing them business-wise. So like I always tell people around me, this will pass. And for me, I say this weeping will just endure for a while. Joy is definitely going to come in the morning, and we can't wait to be back again.
Amen. Thank you so much.
On that note, we're going to start rounding off. And thank you so much, AY, for joining us, taking out the time. We know we dragged you out of bed because I heard you worked overnight.
Yes, I did.
Thank you for joining us.
This is a creative time. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. And with that, we're ending the show today. Thank you so much to everyone who has been a part of it.
Yeah, it's been a good show, packed with different conversations and different takes on this COVID lockdown, essential lockdown. And hopefully, and like AY said, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. So all of this is going to change. And here's a Good Friday felicitations. So everybody's celebrating today. And if you can't go to church, you can pray at home. You can also attend your service online as well.
Be sure to join us next Monday, Easter Monday. Have a fantastic weekend.